Hi guys, welcome to this review looking at the RFM model T-80u Ulучшение improved T-80u. Why am I reviewing this kit? Well, first of all, I want to say a big thanks to all my Patreon supporters, particularly the two Dans, Panzer and Abstract. And at the moment, we have a RFM models group build running at the moment. This is my entry, so that's why I want to review this kit. It seemed to have passed by a lot of reviewers. Maybe they're not interested in it. I certainly am. I'm usually a trumpeter guy, but when I saw it was inside this box, I really wanted it. So anyways, some nice box art, some description, some pictures. Let's just crack it open and see what's inside. So we've got a pamphlet. Bags, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bits and pieces, PE. The turret, clear parts, so that's like 11 or something. Also, I've got this, some 3D printed stuff. I actually don't know if this is part of the kit or not. Guys, tell me, have you got this inside your RFM models kits? Yes or no? Maybe it was something that just came extra from the supplier that I bought it from. Who knows? Anyways, we're going to open up these bags and have a good look at this kit. I'll start going through the instructions. Won't have a look at everything, just point out the main points of this, really. So, sprue map, kind of useful. I do like a sprue map to sort of see that you have got all the kit parts. And like I said, there's no mention of this 3D printed stuff that I've got inside my kit. What does RFM models do? They actually show in color, like where the parts drop onto. Sort of useful, I suppose. You know, I think they're quite clear instructions. Well sort of illustrated, broken down steps. Shouldn't have any problems. I would say this kit is sort of like intermediate advanced. There's lots and lots of parts, but if you're up for a challenge, you know, this might be the sort of thing that you want to have a look at, yeah? And there's some like nice little zoom ins as well to show you some sort of detailed parts. Got PE on here as well for the grills. I like all this. Like I said, my usual go-to for anything T-72, T-80 would be trumpeter. But this kit just looks really good. There is quite a few kits out there, T-80u. I think there's RPG, there's Amusing Hobbies, there's this one and there's Trumpeter. So you've got quite a lot of choices. I got this one for an absolute bargain. And I like some of the features. You have got fully working tracks. You get a track jig. See how this works out. I want to go with these tracks. I want to see how they work out. Separate fenders. Meng never did a T80. They did a T72, but they never did T80. Okay, so just going to go through here. Probably point this out as well. These are the additional fuel drums. Check your references. You rarely see these mounted except at like exhibition events. Therefore, like very long road marches, you just don't see them. Certainly in current conflict, very rare to see them fitted to this vehicle. The turrets of these Soviet Russian tanks, quite busy. They've got lots of equipment that goes on top. Snorkels, air inlets, all sorts of bits and pieces. Despite it being quite small, low silhouette tank. Yeah, I think that's there's quite a lot to do. 29 steps, and then you've got the schemes. And this tank is actually exported. So you've got Russian army, South Korean army. South Koreans employ this tank. They got them in lieu of a debt or something since the like 1990s. So all these, you know, a few camouflage schemes, standard fare. let's have a look at the parts and detail of this model. Not going to show you everything, don't really need to. I'll start off with the hero part, as I call it. So this is the one-piece turret. Well, it isn't one piece, it's like the most of the moulding. There's lots of stuff to fit on. See, there's all this stuff. There is a texture on here as well. I'm picking up random sprues to just sort of show you stuff that's caught my eye. In particular, very fine work here with whatever this is. This, I think, is great. This is the sort of rubber part that goes underneath the turret here. I think this is to aid camouflage so you can't see light underneath the turret. I'm not too sure though, but they've done them. In some kits you get photo etch, which is not really what I want for those parts. I'd rather them be in plastic, and they're thin enough. Mantlet covers on trumpeter kits, I'm not saying it's advantage, disadvantage, but here you've got the normal styrene, and of course I suppose this is showing it at different elevations, but they've got quite a nice depiction of the canvas or fabric that weather shields the mantlet at this point. These are really nice detail here. Slide molded smoke grenade launchers. This frame here has got glasses plate with the additional armour. It's got the fenders. The fenders look pretty good. Let's just check if they're underneath the sort of detail. One thing with these Rye-Field ones, they've got these big sort of pieces of knockout. You can just take them off quite easily. It's no detriment to the kit. It's just the way that the thing's moulded. But they are everywhere, so just make sure that you take them off, or else you can have a bit of a pain in the construction phase. I'm sure you guys know that. The unditching log, again, like the mantlet cover, is done in the normal sort of styrene, not the flexible styrene that you see in trumpeter kits. This grill here looks particularly finely detailed. Here are the side skirts. These have got quite a nice depiction of the rubber. Trumpeter lower hull is one piece. On this one you have got like IKEA flat pack, as I call it, where you make up the sides, the bottom and the tops and the rear plate, front plate, etc. No detriment as long as everything fits together, and they usually do with these kits. Obviously you will see my build quite shortly anyways. And like as I said, if you want to join us on the Patreon, join us in any Rye-Fields models kits for our group build. This gives you an idea of what you're going to deal with. Lots of small details and parts that I really like. I like lots and lots of detail. And if you want lots of detail, you get many more parts in a kit. That's the way it is, guys. And again, we have, this is brilliant, this nice one-piece slide molded barrel. I don't think there's any rifling in there, but I can't really see. And also further slide molded components here. Looks really well detailed. Just looks like a really well detailed kit overall. Show the road wheels. They've got this molding pattern around them. If I can show you, this is like the rubber mold. If you check your references, sometimes this is worn off and sometimes it's not. You know, if it's a relatively new tank or new road wheels on a tank, this rubber stuff, this patterning from the moulding of the rubber would still be present. I think probably on mine I'm going to definitely sort of sand it down somewhat, but it's it's depicted. The bolt detail looks particularly impressive on the road wheels. Can't tell you if it's accurate or otherwise. You've got all torsion bars here for a workable suspension. Just show you the drive sprocket here, drive sprocket teeth, all really sharp. Another sprue, and again, slide molded smoke grenade launchers there. More detailed parts just to get an idea of what you have to do in terms of construction. A further frame with another two mantlet covers. So this is frame F. I don't know what the previous one was, but obviously check it in the instructions, see which one you need to use. And working tracks. So this is going to take quite a bit of work, but not impossible. There is upgrades for this kit available from Rifield's model. They have got a 3D printed barrel, but I think that plastic one's going to be absolutely great. Of note here is the guide horns hollow. And that is, I suppose you click all these together and you have got this jig here in order to construct the track. So we'll see how that all works out. Hopefully it's all okay. The optics are provided as clear parts. I think for most of them, looks like it. I'll just show you this. This is the bag with all the end connectors, which is more flexible material. When you construct the tracks, you have one single fret of PE. I should imagine there isn't plastic alternatives available, so again, you'd have to be sort of familiar, comfortable working PE in order to build up this kit. But I like these details. Here's the very simple markings, in particular these yellow chevrons for the South Korean version. Very small bag of accessories. There is a flexible tube conduit, and this is, yeah, I think this could have been better. You've got a piece of string for the tow cable. That, I think, is the letdown, the only letdown I've seen so far in terms of the kit components. And I just had a closer look at this. It seems as if for some reason they've given me 3D printed parts that look like Sherman accessories. So this is totally irrelevant to this kit. I better just point that out now. Anyways, that's a review, guys. And the build will be with you guys shortly. See you soon.